Good morning, everybody. Who are you? Who are you really? This is the question that we're going to be answering over the course of the next 5 days. We spent some time last week creating a beautiful, safe space where we could feel that it was safe for us to go deeper within. It was safe for us to uncover. And now what we're going to do this week is going to be really, really powerful. This week we're going to find out what are the things that are stopping us from moving forward and living in freedom. Scary? Might be a bit scary, but that's okay because we feel safe. Might be scary, yes, but that's okay because we have courage and we have each other. The reason why we have this beautiful space is because of the people in it. So the people in it are going to be the ones that are going to be supporting you. I'm going to be supporting you to uncover all of those things that are preventing you from living in freedom. And that is exciting. That's why I said to you on Friday, guys, start showing up in the Facebook group, Thrive Being You. Elite guys, show up in the Elite Thrive Being You group. And start sharing what is coming up for you. Whenever you meet someone, what's the first thing that happens? First thing that happens when you meet someone is to say, hi, hi, my name is Connie. And they say, oh, okay, so what do you do? Well, I'm a therapist, okay, or I'm an international public speaker. No, not what do you do? Who are you? I'm not asking you what are the things that you do in life. I'm asking you a quality question. One of the ways that we fast forward, those of you who were at my talk last night, at Patricia's soiree in Paris, I said, one of the ways we can fast forward is by starting to ask more quality questions. Who am I? Great question. Who? A better question is, what are the things that I am passionate about? What are the things that are preventing me from living in freedom? Asking better questions. So we know this, don't we? We know that who we are this is you as the human. You are born. Imagine you're a baby for a moment and you're born into this blank canvas, this clean slate. When a baby is born, they are divinely connected to their soul. Okay? There is that divine connection when you're born. But what happens is that your parents start telling you who you should be. And how they do this is by start saying yes and no. Remember, we spoke about last week, we spoke about conditioning. And we spoke about how we create boxes in many different ways. The first way that we create a box is by modeling. We observe our parents, our family, our friends. You see, all of this happens between the ages of 0 and 7. Okay, so between the ages 0 and 7, most, if not all, of the belief systems, the deep belief systems. Remember, here you are, here's the soul of who you are. And another way of explaining it is that all of these belief systems that we have start to be formed around the center of who we are. So here's what happens. You create a belief system, and belief systems are either I am good enough or I'm not good enough. So you only have two core source beliefs. I am good enough or I'm not good enough. So you create all these boxes of what you think you should be. These boxes represent what this world has told you in this lifetime that you should be in order to be good enough. Let me say that again. This box is that which you were created between the ages of 0 and 7 that you think you should be in order to be good enough. So we get this from our parents saying yes or no. Through modeling, through imitating, but we also get it from ourselves. We get it from a feeling that we feel in our body whenever we do something. So imagine you're this baby, this 2-year-old, and you're running around and you are in the flow. You are in absolute divine flow with who you are. And mom says to you, dad says to you, somebody says to you, no, don't do that, stop running around. I had a client, had massive anxiety for being outside. Can't think of the word right now. Anyway, so whenever he was outside, whenever he was with people, it's a society anxiety. Very, very common in a lot of people, that fear of being around people. And of course I know that fear that you have of being around people is because you're scared of what they will think of you. You are scared that you will be found out as not being good enough. So, this client of mine, I remember we spoke about this one key moment. He was about 3 years old and he was playing in the streets. And as most young men do, they love exploring. And he was exploring and he was running around and he felt so happy. And he was running around with his friends. And his father shouted out across the street saying, "What are you doing? Stop doing that!" And all of his friends turned to him. And he said he felt like he died a little bit. He felt like his father was telling him that it was not okay for him to express that divine joy, that divine freedom of exploring. So in that moment, he created a box. And that box was that being an explorer is not okay. Being an explorer is not okay. Now what happens is that we develop these boxes, and the feeling that that client felt, that young boy felt, was such pain. So he developed a defensive mechanism. And it was this first layer, this first defense mechanism to protect himself. So to protect myself, I'm not really going to be going outside. I'm going to become this shy person. Because if I'm shy, then maybe I don't have to spend a lot of time talking with people. I don't have to be outgoing and be explorative. So what happens is really we honor and we respect everyone in our lives because none of them intentionally give us belief systems. But the part of the human experience that we're having is that we do pick up and we take on belief systems based on the people around us. And remember I said that these things are gifts. These things are gifts because what they're doing is they're showing us how we can connect more. So you're 2 years old, you feel not good enough, you create your first defensive mechanism around your heart, and you create a belief system of what you think you should, how you think you should do, and what you think you should act like. And this becomes the first block between you and the divine connection that is you. Then another day, something else happens, and you create the next block. Then something else which creates the next block, next block, next block. I don't have 6 defense mechanisms. I have thousands and thousands of defense mechanisms and thousands of belief systems. Because between the ages of 0 and 7, you have 90, well, we still have over 90,000 thoughts a day. But all of these thoughts that we have come from the belief systems that were created between the ages of 0 and 7. Everything and everyone, every situation is a reflection of that which is preventing you from the flow of who you are. So this week is exciting. This week we're going to be looking at, what are these boxes? Are you ready? Are you committed? Are you 100% committed to uncovering those boxes with me this week? We're going to be looking at 5 different tools to uncover what those boxes are. And the first tool is a beautiful tool. Excuse me. The first tool is a tool that was proposed by Louise Hay, and I love her. I'm certified to be a life coach using her methods, and as well as give her workshops. And one of the key things she talks about is the mirror work. So what I'd like you to do every single day this week is I'd like you to look at yourself in the mirror. And I'd like you to set the alarm for 1 minute. And for 1 minute, I'd like you to look at yourself. I'd like you to look at every single aspect. You can look at yourself naked in the mirror if you want. And just look and become aware of the thoughts that you have about yourself. Remember, we have 2 source beliefs. We have a source belief that I am good enough or I'm not good enough. All of these thoughts either fit in I am or I am not. So, what do you think of yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? If it is a judgment, if it is a right or a wrong, even good things like, oh, I am beautiful enough, that comes from a judgment, a comparison, is also a belief system. See, this is the thing, is we have belief systems that we're not good enough, but we also have a lot of belief systems that society has given us that are from judgment. I have more money than you, therefore I'm better than you. Oh, I live in this country, therefore I'm better than you. Oh, I am a man, therefore I'm better than you. Anything that's better than is a judgment, which is a box that says that there is separation. So look at yourself in the mirror for 1 minute every single day and become aware. Step 2 is honing in on awareness. Now, what do you do when you hone? You go up and you go honing, 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 and then you get to the area. So each day I want you to hone in. But to do that, you have to go up first and you have to look at everything. So we're going to hone up and we're going to look in the mirror. And we're going to start to hone in on the belief systems that we have about ourselves. And we're going to hone in on the defense mechanisms that we have about ourselves. And one way we're going to do that is by looking at ourselves in the mirror. For 1 minute. And then I want you to write it down in your journal. Write down in your journal all of the thoughts that you have about yourself. Divide your page in half. Write down the positive thoughts you have about yourself on the one side and the negative thoughts you have about yourself on the other side. It's sometimes scary. Whenever you feel that resistance in your body, I was having a conversation with one of the international speakers from the Global Women Business event in Paris yesterday. And she was sharing how very openly, very vulnerably, because that's the space that we create, she's saying that sometimes she just feels pain in her whole body when she's healing. And that's so beautiful because our memories of the defense mechanism and the hurt is felt in our body. And when you feel pain in your body, when you feel discomfort in your body, it's a gift. It's a gift. Because you know that there is a memory of a belief system that is preventing you from living in freedom, that is about to come up. Honor your feelings this week. What are they showing you? What is the belief system that they are reflecting? What is the belief system that they are protecting you from? This week is going to transform your life. If you have the courage to truly go there, look at yourself in the mirror for 1 minute. And then the next minute, I'm going to ask that what you do is you look into your eyes, and instead of looking, I'd like you to see your soul. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll become aware of all the boxes and the defensive mechanisms. But then when you look deep into your eyes, I'm going to encourage you to look deep into your eyes, see the light. But as you look deep into your eyes, you will see a reflection of this light that is your soul. Because that is who you are. In the beginning, I asked you, who are you? What we do is just a box. It was created by society. All the different things that we have to do. And there's judgment around them. Who I am is someone who lives in freedom. Who I am is somebody who is inspired by inspiring you to live in freedom. That is who I am. What I do is outside of me. I do Facebook Lives, I have online programs, I have one-to-one clients, I see people around the world, I'm an international speaker, a radio personality, the ambassador of Global Women magazine. These are all the things that I do, but they're not who I am. And how I act in those roles is based on these boxes. So when I'm reacting from these boxes. But when I'm in the flow of my soul, I am being rather than doing. So I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. A wonderful day of awareness. A wonderful day where you have the courage to look at yourself in the mirror. When you catch your reflection going past a shop front, I encourage you to notice what you think as you go past. Ooh, did you notice your bum? When I go past a shop front, do you notice your grey hairs? Do you fix your hairs? What judgments do you have about yourself when you catch your reflection looking in the mirror? In shop fronts? When you're driving your car and you look at the rear view mirror? Whenever you catch yourself looking back at yourself, what are those thoughts? This is what I'm going to encourage you to do this week. And show up in the group. If you didn't show up on Friday, Friday is the day where I encourage you to go to the Thrive Being You Facebook group and to share your thoughts. If you didn't do that on Friday, do it today. Go look at yourself in the mirror and say, guys, this is what showed up for me. This is what I believe about myself. I believe that I'm not good enough. I believe that I'm not qualified enough. What is limiting you from living in freedom? Share. Because we are here to support you. It's going to be a fun week. I'm excited. I will see you tomorrow. And I will see you in the Thrive Being You Facebook group, showing up courageously and getting supported by the wonderful people in there. Have a great day, guys. Bye.